Hello, my name is Helen Wambui Murithi. I am a teacher by training. I teach in Boijero Primary School. I am a grade 3 teacher and also a specialized teacher in special education, learning difficulties, and sign language. My thoughts about the competency-based curriculum in relation with sector policy for children with special needs are these children are also important in our community in day-to-day life. They are also children like others. And with the support from the government, we are able to interact with them well because we have been provided with the materials. And also, the curriculum is not biased. It is catering for the child, able, and those children who are challenged, and it is a holistic curriculum. My advice to the parents with a special children need is to bring them out freely because they are taken care of. And before we do that, I think we should be encouraging them, supporting them. That is to sensitize them on the importance of exposing their children to education sector so that they can grow and also acquire life skills from others, like speech they can acquire from others when they are talking. The other thing, they are able to socialize and play together so they grow as a community.
My name is Nathaniel Mudhomi. I'm an expert in special needs education, and I've been working with the Ministry of Education. I helped them develop the sector policy for learners and trainees with disabilities that was launched in the year 2018 by the President. I'm helping the Ministry of Education still to disseminate this policy and monitor its implementation in the counties. The main purpose of the sector policy for learners and trainees with disabilities of 2018, it is an intention that the Ministry of Education is making through a document, especially to ensure that all children with disabilities are accessing education as a basic right that is enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya and the Basic Education Act, among other legal provisions. After the development of the sector policy for learners and trainees with disabilities, the government, through the Directorate of Special Needs Education, have been supporting its implementation in quite a number of areas. The first stage of implementation involves making the stakeholders aware, or the policy implementers aware of it, so that they can take up some of the programs that fit into their situations of their institutions. So the government has done quite a number of sensitizations that we have been partnering with. For example, we have done such sensitizations in Kirinyaga County, Uasin Gishu County, Migori County, among other counties, even Taita Taveta, to ensure that once the schools are aware, then we can later come up with a monitoring plan. Because after every training, we ensure that the schools develop their own action plans that they will follow to do some of the interventions in their schools that are school specific. So later on, the Ministry of Education, using the same action plans, They'll partner with some other organizations like the EDPK, follow up the implementation of such plans. And in case of support, then this is documented and the support is sought from the relevant departments or offices. There could be some challenges that are coming up during the implementation of this policy. One of them is that we have not yet created much awareness to the country, because the country is quite huge, and you can see that we do not have a lot of partners who are supporting this program. So we may seek some more support from partners in different parts of the country so that we can ensure that the policy reaches everyone in the country. Secondly, we are still seeing that we have issues to do with the staffing. Teachers are not adequate. Even in schools where, in the regular schools, teachers are not yet adequate as per the required staffing norms. So it becomes a bit difficult to have adequate teachers that are teaching learners with special needs. In some severe cases, for example, for learners who are deaf-blind, they may require a teacher ratio of 1 teacher to 1 learner. This might not be practical, especially in most of the schools that I've visited, because of the many logistical issues involved. So that is another challenge that is big. That hinders implementation of this inclusive education policy. Another policy is that in terms of infrastructure, there are no express funding from the government that is directed towards building inclusive infrastructure. So what we are doing is that we are interested in schools or the school administration to ensure that wherever they are building or making any construction, they should ensure that they are guided by the policy so that they construct disability-friendly infrastructure such as adapted toilets, classrooms with ramps instead of stairs, and such other kind of interventions. We have just realized that during the training that the teachers are not yet to the point of knowing that there's a policy that is promoting inclusive education and access to education for all learners, including those with disabilities. So they are receiving the policy so well, and we hope that if this gospel continues, then all over the country, all teachers will be aware about this important policy document. So before children start schooling, and you as a parent, you realize that your your child could be having a special need or a disability, it is always important to seek an opinion of a special needs education expert. That is particularly the Education Assessment and Resource Center officer. Currently, they're being called CSO SNEs in the various sub-county or counties, so that this child can be assessed and can be placed appropriately depending on the type of disability they have. This officer is able also to advise on some of the interventions that the school can take to ensure that such a learner learns in the best way possible, in a good environment that favors their needs, and any other kind of support they require, including medical assessment that will help them get registration by the National Council for Persons with Disabilities. Because once they have been registered by the National Council for Persons with Disabilities, then they'll be able to get other services that the government offers, including cash transfers, education bursaries, and any other important program. The parting shot to the teachers and other implementers of the sector policy for learners and trainees with disabilities is that inclusive education has no reverse gear as it is now. In Kenya, that is the spirit that the government is taking, and there's no turning back. So we better work as a team, embrace the policy, ensure that our schools are inclusive, work towards it. And for parents, we want to ensure that they bring their children who are not in school, because the government is promoting 100% enrollment and 100% transition, again towards promoting free and compulsory basic education for everyone. So let us get all the children who are in the villages who are not benefiting from education, let them benefit just like any other child, because it is their right.